your pipe and smoke it! So what's going on, Gas Gang? Today we are back with another crazy video on the all-wheel drive DC5 Integra Type R. We are down at ES Motor UK. We have got the legend Romain from RaceCal and also Josh from Auto Talk, and today we send it on a new big turbo kit. Stay tuned for this one. It's gonna be sick. Let's get it. For the best in universal premium ester-containing engine oils and fuel additives for both petrol and diesel engines, check the links down below in the description. Officially gassed, powered by MANNOL. But before we hit the dyno, I thought it's only right to show you the crazy turbo kit that we have just had installed by Overkill Performance to my Integra, and we have the main man. Kyle, welcome back to the channel. Bro, listen, thank you so much, first and foremost, for moving heaven and earth to get this done in my stupidly tight deadlines. I always put everyone under this pressure. So Kyle, talk us through what has been done.
The lads have been working really hard to get this thing done in the time frame.
Yeah, man.
We've got a T4 twin scroll exhaust manifold, featuring one of our billet flanges.
Nice.
Precision 6870 turbo.
Okay.
These things are good for about 1200 horse, somewhere around there.
1200 at the wheel, yeah?
1200 at the wheel. Sorry, 1200 at the wheel. We only talk about wheel horsepower. No one drives a flywheel.
I get in trouble all the time for that.
We've got the twin wastegates over there, Turbo Smart 40mm wastegates on it. 3.5-inch bonnet exit because it's a Honda, why not?
Do you know what? Whilst we're here, you guys made that real cool design for me before where we had basically it plumbing into the exhaust and coming out. Yeah. And for the most part, on a GTX 35 and a T3, like, would you call it a flange?
Yeah, T3 flange, yeah.
We still made 1,000 brake horsepower. So we had a lot of people almost talk about that being a restriction. Turns out it probably wasn't too much of a restriction. Maybe?
I doubt it. You know, we did oversize the actual pipe size originally on that to make sort of provision for that.
Yep.
But we're going to be leaning on a lot harder, and I know you've got some exotic fuels and whatnot going in there. So I just want to give it maximum exhaust flow as possible.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't want any excuses. Like
the work, the craftsmanship, the welding is just next level. That's why I come to you guys, because you're certified.
It's what we do.
But we've also done some other courses. Do you want to talk us through it?
Look, I hate silicon couplings and jubilees. That's how you lose races. We've gone to like an HD style clamp over here with all the hard piping. That way, there's a few different joints that we've got going on here. If you look there, there's another set over there. So all the pipe work is solid, and it's very unforgiving in the sense that it doesn't give you a lot of movement on it.
Sure.
But with the engine mount setup and that you have, the engine's not going to move around a hang of a lot. So we know that that's going to stay sealed, to whatever boost pressure it takes to make the horsepower. We also built this massive intercooler going over here.
How is this even fitting, bro? It doesn't even make sense.
It's not often I get nervous. When I saw the box arrive, I'm like, damn, how are we going to make that fit? But as always, the guys came together, they made this fit. This is a massive core. These things are good for like 1500 wheel. Jeez. So we've gone from 3.5 to almost 6 inches width, and it's ridiculous. It really, I'm still shocked that it fits, to be honest. But it's the biggest one we could get in there. I don't actually believe they make a bigger core than that in a vertical flow intercooler. So we've given it every opportunity to make
every chance right now. So 6870 next gen precision there. That's it. Gonna make the steam, twin scroll turbo, T4. Dual wastegates, all the goodness. Overkill have absolutely smashed it.
If there's an extras box, that's been ticked on.
We've done it, yeah?
So that's it. This is as good as it's going to get.
Oh, bro, listen, thank you so much.
No, only a pleasure.
And to the team too, because I know you guys have moved some things around to make this happen. But you always look after me, and that is. And as I say, I'm not just saying this, but I come to you for a reason. Your work is 10/10.
No,
so I
that's
suggest
much appreciated. No, thank you for that.
You do all fab work, right?
We do. Yeah, if it goes in an engine bay, there's a good chance. We do custom exhausts, manifolds, boost pipes, intercoolers, the whole shebang. If it's there to make a car go faster, we're probably involved in some way.
Sick.
Cool.
All right, well, thank you so much. And guys, if you want to check Overkill out, in fact, please do. Check out their socials. Just see what I'm talking about. Trust me, their work is 10/10. Check the links down below in the description. I'll leave links there. And I think there's one thing left to do. The turbo kit on the car. Let's go to the dyno and see what power she makes. Let's go. The main man, Romain from RaceCal, and I have the main man, Josh from Auto Talk. And today, lads, we are gonna send it properly. It's a proper turbo. Proper turbo. From someone who's got the task of mapping this car to try and make power over our last setup, what's your feelings?
Honestly, I don't think I've seen the nicest exhaust manifold. The way it's made into the twin scroll, the wastegate location.
Yep.
Because K20 always suffer from boost creep, and I don't know if you can see on camera, but just there. So you got the the two runners, which have been linked there, and with wastegate kind of like in the right direction and the right angle, so we should have very good boost control as well.
Okay.
It wasn't really an issue, to be fair, before.
Yep.
But it's not going to be an issue now.
Yes, that's what I like to know. Also, what I want to say is a massive thank you to Josh and Auto Talk. Kind of want your expectations of where you want to see the power today if everything goes right.
If everything goes well, we haven't got any problems like we saw at the track, any concerns. Really, I don't see why we don't see 1,000 wheel.
1,000 wheel.
1,000 wheel.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking.
If everything goes well and we haven't got any issues that come up, then
Yep.
yeah, 1,000 wheel.
1,000 wheel is what you're going for. And young man?
Same.
Same?
I'm expecting 900 at lower boost.
Okay.
Same as Josh, blowing hot air. We had issue with the air temp, which is going to be a combination of the intercooler, which was slightly too small and not getting the right amount of air,
Yep.
but also the outlet of the turbo, which we don't have a sensor for, but it will have been pretty hot.
Sure.
So the intercooler will have had to work much, much harder. Now you've got much more efficient turbo. It's bigger, so it's just not going to blow as much hot air for the same boost, and the intercooler is much bigger.
It's
as well.
massive intercooler,
It's massive. So I'm expecting, 900. I'd like to see 900 at 2.5.
Okay.
We know before we were about 800 at 2.5, maybe even more. And if we don't touch 1,000 brakes, that means that we had CV issues. So we should see it.
Okay, okay. All right, guys, we'll place your bets at home. If we make it to that magical number, I'm saying send it to the moon. Let's see what it can do. And yeah, man, let's let the boys do some work and let's get mapping. All right, guys, so it is go time. The car is on the dyno and it is loud. So yeah, we're all wearing ear defenders here. Romain basically said to me that nothing's really changed engine-wise. He kind of done all the mapping for the engine on the last turbo setup, which was only like 2 weeks ago. So he's happy with that. Depending if everything seems happy when he does all his first checks, we're literally going to start at wastegate and work our way up. So we're going to get straight into the action pretty much. So I'll cut out any of the boring stuff and let's get straight to the first proper pull. Got it angry. All right, just to warm up. Just to warm up. We're warming up. Right, lads, so we've had to stop because we feel like we've come to a limit of our fuel limit.
Last time on the dyno, when we made like 900 and something, fuel pressure wasn't as stable. Like normally you shouldn't like start dropping at all, especially with the fuel system. As you can see, you got two roll 450. So it shouldn't really be an issue. You got like an AN9 to the fuel pressure regulator with the fuel filter in line, and didn't think too much of it. Just seemed like maybe we need to start thinking about doing something about the fuel system. But I think what happened is one of those pumps probably starting to play up a bit. Okay. So instead of trying to find out which one's which, we don't really have the time. We're just gonna fit a third one in.
Shout out to EOS Motor. Have a 550, is it?
520.
520. Hellcat. So we're hopefully we're gonna have a lot of fuel now.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, 935 at the hubs, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, 935. We're going up. We're going up. So close! We're so close. So close to that magical number, boys. God. So close, but in reality, just not close enough. The dyno day had been a long one, and I only documented a small amount of many runs that we actually did. We eventually ended up at 986 at the hubs, which is 1120 brake horsepower, once again resetting the UK K20 power record. However, we needed to see that magical 4-digit number at the hubs. So during the dyno session, we had actually been experiencing a big drop in voltage during the pulls. Now this was possibly related to all the auxiliaries we're now running on our new setup, which in turn seemed to cause a misfire on high boost. So we all agreed to call it a day and attempt to sort these issues and then regroup. Our first stop was WOSP Performance, renowned manufacturers of bespoke high output alternators. See, essentially our standard alternator is over 22 years old and has never been built to deal with this type of stress. We needed something that could withstand some serious abuse, and WOSP had just a solution in the form of a big boy 320 amp custom built alternator to see us the big power. Once fitted, Josh ran new earth throughout the car and the main lines between the alternator and the battery, then buttoned it up. Due to the misfire, we wanted to make sure all bases were covered, so got in touch with the boys at Parts Plug UK to supply us PRP's Mega K20 coil plug kit, utilising the uprated IGM 35 Nissan R35 GTR coil packs to give us that big spark. And then finally we were ready to try again, but unfortunately Romain couldn't make it back on the day, so had to log in remotely. So through all the trials and tribulations, we are back here today to get this car tuned up once and for all. Let's get back on the dyno. Get in there, get in there. We're not quite there, lads, but we're there. 979 at the wheel, or at the hub. Just need a little bit more. Didn't like that, didn't like that. All right guys, so we just had another scare. I thought, no, the misfire is back. But luckily, it was just a vacuum pipe had blown off, and basically, yeah, just a vacuum pipe coming off and wastegate opened, lost all power. Still made like 930 wheel at like 7,000 RPM or something silly there. So it's all buttoned back up. Let's try again, fingers crossed. We need to see 1,000 at the hubs, man. Need to see it. So close, 989. That's the deep drop. Yes! Let's go! Finally, 1,020 at the hub. Let's go! Have to let Romain know. Romain, you're the man. Josh and Romain crossed over. We call him Jermaine.
12 seconds later.
Let's go! Even more power! 1,031! Stick that in your pipe and smoke it! Romain, we done it, brother!
Finally, finally.
Are you happy? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts?
Good. It's I was expecting to find the power a bit more easily. Like I had to lean on all the tools I had. Basically, like as lean as I wanted to go and as much timing as I dared to go and all that to finally break the 1,000. I really thought it would have been a bit easier than this. I think the turbo is probably not quite as big as we saw. We were going to run, especially with a small housing, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, Romain, I just want to say, that, by the way, people at home, this is Romain's day off and he's logged in remotely and done all of this. He's meant to be looking after the kids, but instead he's he's looking after us. So a massive thank you to Romain, Racecal, everyone involved. There's so many people involved. I would have mentioned them throughout the video. And of course, Josh, the main man, Josh. We're going to love you and leave you, Romain, but thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
No worries.
All right, guys, so there you have it. We done it. 1,031 at the hubs using the calculator of truth, 12% drivetrain loss, which is a conservative drivetrain loss. That gives us 1,170 brake horsepower. So very close to 1,200 brake horsepower in a car that weighs 1,200 kg, 1,270 kg. So we're close to that 1-to-1. We want an 8, and I think this car's got 8s in it all day long. The car used to make 1,030 at the crank. Now it makes 1,030 at the hubs. So we've picked up a lot of power.
Oh yeah, it's been a bit of a fight.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, we're not there yet in terms of where we want to be, but we're happy with what we got, and we know what we need to do going further forward. And the problem, it's not a problem, but the thing is, when you're pushing these sort of things, you're always finding something new, or a new challenge, or a new problem arising. But yeah, we're getting there.
Yep.
And you're going to see this car performing. Yeah. And we've got some plans for the winter as well.
That's right.
But yeah, I'm happy with it.
Bro,
I'm happy with it.
You're the man. Bro, a massive thank you to you for putting in all the hard work. A massive shout out to Auto Talk, of course. There's been a lot of people involved in this, so a massive shout out to WOSP, a massive shout out to PRP, a massive shout out to Parts Plug, a massive shout out to Overkill Performance, massive shout out to Racecal, a massive shout out to Auto Talk. Literally, that's just this time round, and there's so many other people involved in this build. So what we need to do to make all of you boys proud, and obviously the viewers at home, and also just satisfy myself, is go out and hit an 8 in this car. So yeah, that's coming soon. Thank you for sticking around for this one. It's been emotional, but we made the power. 1,031 at the hubs, nearly 1,200 brake horsepower. So if you have enjoyed today's video, you want to see this car actually do some damage, smash that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.